the war was almost over, and we were on the outskirts of Aachen, Germany, just reconnoitering, trying to find any stragglers that might have been left behind. We didn't expect to. But another GI and I went into this house, and we found 4 German paratroopers asleep on the floor in one little room with just a little candle in the corner. Sound asleep. No guard or nothing. And we were just amazed. And we said, well, we started kicking them, poking them, and kicking them with our boots, telling them to get up, wake up, get over, line up against the wall. They were just nervous as they could be, you know. But let me back up just a little bit. Back in Wales, they had issued us a little booklet, army booklet, of the language of the country that you were going to. And one of the countries, of course, was Germany. They assumed we'd eventually wind up there. So I studied that little booklet diligently. It was just little common everyday words and phrases that you might use in conversation. But one phrase in there really caught my attention. Pardon my pronunciation, but it was "Hände hoch oder ich schießen," and that meant hands up or I'll shoot. Well, I figured I might have to use that someday. I hope not, because I didn't want to get that close to any German soldiers, frankly. But anyway, when this other GI and I went in that house and didn't capture, we surprised those 4 German soldiers, and I remembered that little phrase, and I thought, man, here's the time to use it. I shouted out, I thought I shouted it out, but I made one little mistake, one syllable, I missed it. Instead of saying what I meant to say, "Hände hoch oder ich schießen," hands up, I'll shoot, what I actually said was, "Hände hoch oder ich scheißen," hands up, I'll shit. And I probably would have too. And those German soldiers looked at me and looked at each other and started giggling. And I realized what I had said. I knew that word too. And I started giggling too. But in the confusion, that's the funny part. And just a few seconds later, something decidedly unfunny happened. In the confusion and in the merriment, one of those German troopers reached in his shoulder holster and pulled out a German Luger and had it that far out, was going to shoot me, I guess. And just by pure luck, I spotted his movement out of the corner of my eye, and I just whirled around instinctively. I didn't have time to even think about it. I whirled around and shot him twice at point-blank range, really, in his left chest, in his heart, I presume, twice. And I was so close to him that I actually pushed him down with the end of the rifle. And I didn't even look at him again because I was too preoccupied with the other 3. But I could hear the blood gurgling in his throat, and I knew he was dying or dead. So anyway, the other 3 Germans, they were trembling by then.